And suddenly it's Thursday. And now it's time for some Lucky Dip. But we've also got some pop rocking to do. So hello to everybody. Glenn, Ben, Melsy joins us, and we are here
About to die.
We're going to do the Lucky Dip in a moment, but we're also going to do the urban legend of the pop rocks and the Coke, which has been disproven, in the movie itself.
Oh, has it?
We spoke to Jamie Blanks on the show on Monday, so go back and have a listen to that. Alrighty, let's...
Is Joshua... Maybe that's the conspiracy theory that Stanley Kubrick directed, that Josh Jackson is still alive.
All right.
Maybe they filmed all of his other scenes.
But yeah, just in
First,
case. Yeah, that's the
then-
last film they shot.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we're going to go halves in this one, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, do you want to pop the can? Oh, actually, pass me the other glass. You could drink from the can, I'll drink from the glass.
All right.
Alrighty. I was about to pour that in then. Do you want to pour for me? Just a mouthful. Oh, yeah. This is riveting stuff. We should have prepped this before we rolled the camera.
Whoa!
Whoa, you want to...
Whoa!
Whoa!
Look at the difference.
Fucking...
You're going to die.
Yeah! Assassin job going on here. Fucking hell.
That's a lot of pop rocks. And you've made a mess of that.
I have made a mess.
All
It looks like you guys have been to the beach.
Do you swallow?
does.
You swallow first and then just... Do you swallow or
No,
keep it
I
in your
think
mouth?
Oh, I think maybe you do swallow, and I think they kept it in their mouth to then go. Hey, you swallow.
And you spit.
You swallow.
Spit it all over me.
I can't swallow it.
No, please don't.
It's a party in my mouth.
And everyone's
Party in my eye
invited.
socket. Everyone's invited.
I did nothing.
It's delicious.
Maybe they've made pop rocks to
No,
withstand.
Maybe it's like it's an early iteration of Pop Rocks that they've since gone back and
Yeah, when all those
revised.
kids
Yeah.
died.
They've done the Coca-Cola test. No, this is
Anyway.
fun.
Anyone got a
Disappointing
Mentos?
for everybody.
And don't forget
We're
too,
still alive.
that's the other thing. This is Australian Coke, and the recipe is slightly different to
Ah.
American Coke, which
Also-
tastes a lot
Actually,
more
no
like Pepsi.
Coke in there.
Also, do you notice that we did cola pop rocks with cola? Maybe we should have done like...
It's
Got one of the other
mixing
flavors. You
the-
need the
Yeah.
purple
Oh,
one, the
here we
grape
go.
one. You need grape,
Yeah. And
Yeah.
maybe we should have just Mentos.
and
the
it
shit
only
out of
works on the
Yeah.
Equinox.
Alright,
Well, apologies for that. Let's move on to some Lucky Dip. And Ben, you want to go first?
Sure.
I don't know. We'll do one each and then a final one to bring it home.
Very disappointed that there are no Skittles in the
I
box.
know, very disappointed.
Well, I mean, you weren't eating pop rocks.
Yeah.
I would have eaten the Skittles.
I'm
I
not.
have been stealing from my son's Skittles show bag. A little bit
What am I?
disappointed.
It's not
why he got the-
disappointing.
Is that why he
Little
got
bit.
the Skittles show?
Yeah,
bag?
yeah. He watched the video, of course,
tried
like
to-
any good 4-year-old would.
Yeah. Did you get him Bertie Beetle?
No,
Best
he
show
got-
bag
no,
ever.
That's my
No,
best
he
show
got
bag.
M&Ms and Skittles.
I've always been Smarties over M&M's kind of guy.
Oh, he actually wanted yeah.
Okay.
I'm always shocked that
We
they're
couldn't really
quite
find
different.
They are so different.
One's reconstituted chocolate, which is a Smartie, and the M&Ms are not. That's the difference.
They're not regurgitated chocolate.
Well, I thought I liked M&Ms more, but I have suddenly, since having a child, I'm like, yeah, these
Smarties are more subtle,
actually
more
pretty
chocolatey.
good.
I prefer
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
They're more traditional,
Yes.
sweet.
Anyway.
And I like the
Like
green ones. You can't
M&M's,
taste the difference,
M&M's
but I
were
like the green
always
ones.
the interloper.
Yeah.
They were always the interloper. They
Yeah.
came later. Smarties were always there at first.
Yep. Totally.
Rawhead Rex is the film that I drew.
Well, there you go. It's the
I've never seen it.
Clive Barker movie. If you two haven't seen it, there's not much to talk about, but it's got a fantastic production design, a pretty shonky movie monster. It's like a big guy in a rubber suit, but the actual production design is really good. It's an R-rated movie. It's got lots of gore in it. You own the VHS.
I do.
Yeah, I loved that VHS cover. It was a big fat roadshow one, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, pretty nice, but still never saw it.
All right. Well, there's not much to
looked
talk
at it.
about, but if you're a Clive Barker fan, it's worth a look. It's it's kind of reminds me of it is to Clive Barker what Silver Bullet is to Stephen King. Like it's that kind of thing in my head, anyway.
Yeah.
What have you put?
Gary
out?
Busey's best role.
he always says that.
Just a small one, this one. Crocodile Dundee.
Ooh.
I love this movie. People try to cancel it, and that bothers me.
Really?
Outrageous. Oh, because of the bar
The
scene.
bar scene and a few
It's
others.
the best
Yeah.
exploitation film ever made.
Yeah, I think it's
Wow.
a fantastic movie.
Next to that.
It did wonders for Australia. Like it actually
Yeah.
put us on the world map
Yeah.
in a good
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
I think it tells a good story. It puts the Australianisms out to the world in a very endearing way.
Yeah.
It was the first time I'd ever seen a thong, like a one-piece thong.
Oh, Linda
suit.
Kozlowski at the Billabong.
It had a
Man, did that make
it
her
had an
ass look good?
effect- It had an effect on me that has lasted my entire life.
Yeah, that's a memorable scene because yes, because back then too, like women wore the higher cut underwear, right? So it made their asses look huge, right?
Yeah.
But like in a good way. And now they wear them low cut. And
No, the high cuts come back.
Oh, has it?
Yep.
Okay, so
Yeah,
I'm
it's all
married,
back.
as if I know.
Yeah. No, it's all
Like,
back.
Look, Rusty, no line. But I really like everything about it. I like it when they're out in the bush. I like it when they go to the city. It's equally good. Reginald Val Johnson is great. Even the guy when he convinces the guy at the party to pour all his cocaine in the
yeah, he's snorting it. Get it in ya?
Get it, yeah. And just checking.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's
It
all
is
gold.
fantastic. It's got a classic Hollywood ending in
Nah.
the subway station.
That's not a knife. This is a knife.
I thought you were saying, nah, it's not a classic
Yeah,
ending.
it's a knife,
It is.
But that scene where he stops the mugger with the can of tomato soup, brilliant.
Is it number 1 or 2 where he stops the jumper from the high rise? No, the guy's about to
I think
leap.
it's. Oh, I
Number
don't
2 or
know.
number 1? I can't remember, but everything about it's the classic fish out of water. It's the cultural
Yeah.
shock.
I think number 2 is so weird. Like, why do they? I know Richard's out there doing something,
Yeah.
but why do they go back to the Australian outback? Like, why go to his home territory? Why not go to like, South America, wherever they're from,
I don't know.
and where they've got the home court advantage?
Yeah.
It seems
Still
odd to go.
fun. It's still fun. Number 2 is fun. Number
is
3 is
fun.
not so, but number 2 is fun. I mean, you got what I can't remember his name. In part 2, the classic Aboriginal friend is Ernie Dingo, but in the first one, it's someone. It's not David Gallopal, but it's somebody. I think that's fairly big. But the scene where he's like, he knows the bush like the back of his hand, and then you hear, oh, I hate the bush. He hits a tree or something. And just great. And
It's straight out of Indiana Jones.
totally all
Like,
the
Marcus got lost at his own museum.
That's right. All the tricks that he does, like he's shaving with a normal razor, like a Gillette, and when she comes around the corner, he gets his knife.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he makes the snake, kills the snake,
Yeah.
and he goes, "Oh, you can eat it. It tastes like shit."
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and he's like, "What time is it?" He's like, "Oh, I don't know." Great stuff. That's a good one you put out
that's a
there.
good one.
I could easily watch that again. All right, and shrimp on the Barbie. Good old
Oh.
Good old
Good old
host
Hodes.
put that on. Combat Shock. Is this a movie that you? It's a,
Buddy Giovinazzi.
yes, it's a released by Troma, but it's not a Troma movie.
Ah,
It's
It's a Troma acquired title.
yeah, it's a Vietnam War wounded sort of traumatized vet or PTSD.
There's no gynos in it, which is very disappointing.
I always liken this movie to Eraserhead. It feels very similar to me. I think there's even like he cooks his own baby in the oven, doesn't he? In this one.
Which is a lot better than what he does in Serbian film.
Yeah.
Just precursor to next week's show.
Yeah.
Controversial film.
Well, Combat Shock is controversial. It's very, very full on. It's but when I say that, it's in a very, it's not in the way you would think it is.
Right.
It's a Eraserheady way. Like it's sort of a surrealistic kind of movie at the same time. It's hard to explain this one. Very low budget, very cheap. All the Vietnam War flashback scenes were shot like in the pond down the road in Queens or something.
Yeah.
But I like it a lot. It's a dank film. It's a very grotty movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a meme.
It is like. Hey, the word dank existed long before memes. Thank you
dank
very
memes?
much.
Yeah.
I
I
like-
don't actually understand
like
what
old
dank memes are.
dank
I don't
means
know- I don't
dank
know what
means
that is. I've
like
never heard of that.
filthy bottom dwelling. Like dank is like just
That's where I live.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah.
My town.
Mels, you want to pull the last one out?
Thanks. Evil Angels.
There we go.
Another Aussie one.
Back to the centre of Australia with that one.
Yeah, funnily enough, I've been working on some Sam Neill project.
Yes.
And I was watching his. There was a TV show called The Grass Is Greener, which is all about New Zealand actors and making it big in Australia.
Yeah.
And the Sam Neill episode, they talk quite a bit about
Evil Angels
Evil
in America
Angels.
is called A Cry in the Dark. I think it's called over there. It's
Which we used to have to import the DVD because it
Yeah.
wasn't available locally.
couldn't. I don't even know if you still can you?
Yeah, I don't think so.
No, it's a hard one to come by, but it's the Lindy Chamberlain story.
Oh,
with,
right.
Azaria.
Yeah.
And Meryl Streep plays her.
I
so-
think
Oh,
ain't my
yes,
baby.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look,
I don't know how I didn't know
fairly
that, but no,
reasonable Aussie accent from Meryl. I think that's one of the more decent Americans attempting an Aussie accent.
Yeah.
But it's a compelling film. Like it goes through the whole the tabloid side of it, the
Yeah.
trial, how the Australian society shunned her, and
Yeah.
But they
Yeah.
make out like in that one they make out her to be the victim.
Yeah.
yes,
There are other interpretations where she's the
Yeah.
villain.
yeah. But the interesting thing where they take that approach is how close to the actual events it was.
Yeah.
Like, so this film had its mind made up of how they wanted to portray her. Whereas now we've got the hindsight of time, and it's interesting. Like, with now she is definitely the victim. All these years
Yeah.
later. But back then, it was that was controversial
But,
to take that
back
side.
then, did they have all that stuff about the the post-traumatic, postpartum
Postnatal.
depression,
Postnatal, yeah.
depression, and all that sort of stuff, and the
Yeah, they did, but it just wasn't as talked about.
yeah,
Yeah, but it's a great movie. Fred Skepsey. He was making some pretty dark films back in those days.
certainly was.
Yeah, and then he went and made like weird things like Roxanne and Fierce Creatures. So go figure. Anyway, there we go. We've pop rocked it. We've lucky dipped it.
We've stayed
You're
alive.
still alive.
Yeah, okay.